Welcome to my stairs. So today I am off to London. I'm going to do a training session with Nick Bester, who is a 2:20 marathon runner. One of my top tips for improving your speed, especially over the longer distances, is to train with people that are quicker than you. Nick has run 4 minutes faster over the marathon than me, so it's simple. Go down to London, bank a good training session with him, and hopefully progress towards Copenhagen. Today I'm going to be wearing these bad boys, the Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris. They just released on the Asics website and I'm excited to give them a try over the sort of 1K reps this morning. So I'll talk about the session when we get down there, but these are a new carbon racing shoe, super lightweight, and I've also got a pair of socks, matching socks. Who doesn't love a new pair of socks from Shoe? So I'm going to be testing these out. Colorway is almost good enough, we'll say. Shoe are known for making socks that match your race day shoes. These aren't a pairing that they've designed specifically for them, but they'll do for today. So yeah, going to be testing out these shoes, and I will let you know how the session goes once I get it done, basically. Here we are, made it to Liverpool Street. I'm just figuring out how to get to Nick's. It's about an hour across London. What trains have I got to get? Jump on the overgrounds. Okay, right, so this way I think. I'm not a Londoner, I haven't got a clue where I'm going. So I just made it to London, and I almost made it to Nick's place, but then I saw the words specialty coffee as I got off the train, so I just stopped and had a quick flat white and a pastry. Nothing like a bit of pre-run coffee and fuel before a big workout. So yeah, today we're going to be doing 15 times 1K at half marathon pace or half marathon effort. It's quite windy, I've noticed, on the way down here this morning, so it might be a little bit slower than goal race pace, but we'll see how we get on in Battersea Park. I don't really know if it's how it is when it's windy down there. Is it sheltered? I presume it is actually, because it's in a nice little park. So yeah, going to be training with Nick. We've done this session actually once before, probably I want to say in October last year. No, probably even later than that, maybe even like August, September time. Anyway, the session went really well. It's always good to train with somebody who's on that slightly next level in terms of running performance, so he can push me through the session. I remember we ran the last kilometre in 2:50 something, so yeah, we're both quite competitive, so you never know, we might see some fireworks on the last few reps, but yeah. Something that Elliot Giles said recently, he said you want to gain fitness, not prove fitness. He posted that on his Instagram story, and that hit a note for me. Like, training should always be about gaining fitness. You don't want to be having to prove your fitness in the last rep. You do that in the races. So yeah, just on the way to Nick's now. I'm gonna get changed into my running gear, and then we'll head down to Battersea Park for the 15 by 1K session, marathon session. Got 11 days until my next race, which is the Bath half marathon. We're going down there with my little sister. It's going to be a bit of a tune-up race for the marathon, which is in about 60-70 days as of recording this. So I think just over 8 weeks, and then it will be time to run 42.2. Anyway, on to Nick's. So we just made it down to Battersea Park. It's about 5K from Nick's place. I was just wondering, Nick, what are you training for at the moment?
What's up? Good to have you at Battersea, my playground. We've got a nice session lined up. So today, yeah, it's pretty much just about control. My main event for the upcoming weeks is Manchester Marathon.
Nice.
I've obviously shot for sub 2:20 5 times now. Last 4 attempts I've got close. Hopefully this will be the one, but we'll see. Hopefully banking some more sessions like this.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, we've got 15 by K with 60 seconds recovery, and we're going to do it slightly progressive is the plan. So we're going to start at around, what did we say, 3:15 to 3:10s?
Exactly, yeah.
And then hopefully finish at around 3-minute pace. So sort of starting at half marathon and then working down to sort of 10K pace, maybe slightly more like half marathon pace for you. But yeah, should be good workout. Sun's out, it's a little bit windy, but other than that we should have a good session. So
Nice.
To get started?
Looking forward to it.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So we've done about a 5k warm-up. I'm just going to do a few strides. I usually do 3 or 4 strides before a session like this, just to get myself ready for the session, so that first rep I don't feel sluggish. Just sort of wakes me up a little bit. But yeah, I absolutely love Battersea Park. If you live in London, you're a lucky sod. Yeah, I guess you get bored of it after a while, but when I come down, it's bloody beautiful. We've got the blossom trees, but yeah, just gonna get a few more strides and then we'll get stuck in. There we go, first rep in the bank, 312, just 14 reps to go. Oh, that's a big session. So 5 reps in. So far I think we've averaged 312s. Doing well, how you feeling, buddy?
Good, good. It's nice to tick the first 5 off.
Exactly.
1/3 in, 2/3 to go.
Yeah, this is where it starts to hurt, but we got this. We found the rhythm now. Let's go.
From you guys.
A little bit. Yeah, there's quite a lot of people. We nearly got taken out by a dog on that rep, but other than that, we're all good. 10 seconds to go. Right, let's go. Let's dial in. .307. Nice.
Impressions.
15 times 1K. Oh my word.
Oh, how you doing?
It hurts so good. It hurts so good.
Yeah.
So pretty much as according to plan, we said 311s for the first 5. We're maybe a tiny bit yeah, around there.
Yeah.
Then about 307s, and then last one was 3 into wind.
Nice.
How did you
really
find
good. I'm not
the
gonna lie.
into wind against wind?
The 13th rep into the wind really got to me. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be hanging on for the last 2 reps here, but I think that's the difference when you're working out with somebody. Like those last 2 reps, I probably would have stuck around 305, but because I was with Nick, we managed to squeeze maybe like 5 or 6 seconds out of each other. So
100%.
yeah, really good session.
Now you know where I do my track and interval sessions every week. But no, honestly, it was awesome to have you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Like, I suffer alone normally because of my schedule and time, so to have someone to do it with, it just makes the effort feel a little bit less hard. And yeah, I can't ask for much more than that. I've got 5 weeks to go. You got 9 weeks to go.
8.
Eight.
Just over 8. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
I'm coming to Ben's side of the world next week for a set of 3K session, so looking forward to that.
That was really good, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for filming as well. You did a great job.
I hear. I think
You're
the bike pacer was the best one.
So we just finished our warm down. How'd you find today's session, Nick?
Good, good, good. It was so nice to have someone to train with. Honestly, I mean, apart from the wind,
Yeah.
cold and sunny, Battersea Park, like it doesn't get better
It
than
was
that.
pretty
so.
idyllic today. We got pretty lucky, but yeah, 15 by K. We started at 312s and we finished at like 3 flat. So you can't really ask for much more than that.
The main purpose for today was for us to work hard but not get carried away.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we're both competitive. It's easy to try and sort of turn that into a race, but I think we did really well by staying disciplined and just working honest and hard. So
Yeah,
there'll be
yeah.
more sessions to come.
Yeah, usually we take a rep each, but today we kind of just were next to each other, which is I think is a good sign of fitness. We're both feeling pretty good throughout that one. So yeah, really good to get back. And glad to come down to London and do it on your turf. So yeah, thanks for that, mate.
For sure.
Appreciate it. So the session there, as you saw, went really well with Nick. It's always worth going down to London to get that done with him. And I just want to say a special thanks to Carolina, who was somebody that Nick knows, that came out and filmed us on the bike. That really was helpful, and we got some really good footage, so I hope you enjoyed that. But I just quickly wanted to talk about the Metaspeed Sky Paris, which I've had now for about 2 weeks. I've so far done a 10k tempo in this shoe, around 33.20, so 320 per kilometer pace, which is around my sort of target marathon pace. I've done some fast 400 meter reps at the track. I actually ran a 57-second 400 meter in this shoe, so it works really well on the track as well, mainly due to a decent grip. and being super responsive. And then I did the session that you saw today, the 15 by 1K with Nick. Started at 312s and worked down to 300. But yeah, the shoe has performed really well across those paces, and I'm not gonna lie, it's the most excited I've been about a shoe, and a super shoe specifically, in a long time. I think this is definitely gonna be one of the best on the market of all time. I haven't done any races in the shoe just yet, so I can't say if it's gonna be the best for me personally, but yeah, I have thoroughly enjoyed it so far. I managed to dig out the old version, the Metaspeed Sky Plus, and I thought I'd just quickly do a slight comparison. So there is some changes to the shoes, even though they look very similar. This one's orange, this one's red. But other than that, we've got a new midsole, which is definitely the biggest change. This is FF Turbo Plus, and this is just FF Turbo. Both, I'd say, as responsive as one another, but the difference is that this one is just so much more softer and feels more cushioned underfoot than the previous version, whereas this one feels a little bit firmer. So for me personally, I preferred using this shoe over the 5K and 10K distance, whereas now I feel like, because it is a little bit softer and it feels a little bit more protective underfoot, I may now use this for the longer distances. So I'm planning to do a half marathon in it this weekend, and I may even use this shoe for Copenhagen, depending on how I get on over the half marathon distance. But yeah, absolutely loving this shoe so far. The midsole was the big improvement. It's also a lot lighter. I say a lot, it's about 15 to 20 grams lighter than the previous version, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but over the longer distances, I think that does play a big factor. It weighs 176 grams. In my UK 7.5, I've got baby feet. The shoe has got a little bit more narrow, especially in the toe box area and around this midfoot section. So you can definitely notice that between the two versions. So if you're somebody with a slightly wider foot, then I would probably stick with the original. But yeah, for me personally, this has been working really well. It offers almost like a track wrap fit on top. Very breathable, again, more breathable than the previous version. And yeah, it's just been working really well for me so far. And I've also found that my sort of 10K pace and half marathon pace is just feeling really smooth and comfortable in this shoe. So yeah, I don't know whether it's the carbon plate, the new foam, it's just working really well for me. And I'm excited for this shoe to come out, for people to test this one. If you're looking for a new super shoe, you want to try something different, then I reckon this is probably the best bet at the moment of all the shoes that have come out recently. I think it's going to be around £220 when it does eventually come out. I think it's been a little bit delayed for some reason. But yeah, this is the Metaspeed Sky Paris. Paris being the Olympic year, from Asics, and I've been loving it so far. So that is it for episode 4 of the Copenhagen comeback series. Hope you've enjoyed the series. Next week I've got a gait analysis as well as another session. Nick's planning to come down to my neck of the woods, and we're going to do a 3K repeat session on one of my local loops, so it'd be good for him to come down and experience some of the Essex countryside. But until next time, aspire to run, run to inspire, and we'll see you again soon.